This is the Fender American Professional Telecaster Deluxe Shawbucker in a beautiful natural finish. It looks great and has the longest name possible, but how does it sound and perform? Let's find out. Hi, I'm Landon. This is Lando27 Music. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and click the like button if you do like the video. You saw the name, so this is the Fender American Professional Telecaster Deluxe Shawbucker. Did I get that right? Because the name's so long, for the rest of the video I'm just going to be calling it Guitar or Deluxe Tele, something like that. They tried to add every word possible into that name. So this is a guitar I bought back in 2017. I did do another video on it, but I thought I could do a better video, more in-depth and more thorough video than I'd done previously. So, like I mentioned, I bought this myself new in 2017. It's a 2016 model. From what I can tell, all the specs have remained the same in the past few years. So if you're thinking of getting this guitar, everything in this video should apply to a new guitar if you buy it today. Everything minus the tuners is stock. I did one minor upgrade, which is the locking tuners. You can see that there. It doesn't change anything with the tone of the guitar. Just keep that in mind that it comes with normal Fender tuners. Staggered, actually, I believe. I think it's 3 and 3. As I've done before, this video is going to be broken up into a few sections. Take a look at the timestamps. First section, we're going to take a look at all the specs of the guitar, and then taking like a deep dive, we'll actually open up the guitar, take a look at it. We'll look at the case that it came with, all the case candy, yeah, and just everything about this guitar. After that, we'll get into some playing, play some tones. We'll go through all the different pickup combinations. Play through an AC-15. I'll also play it against a musical backing track, so you get to hear it in a song and you get to hear it on its own. And to wrap up the video, stay to the end. I'll have my summary, I'll have my pros and cons. I've had it now for just over 2 years, so I can say what I really have liked about it and if there's anything that I've disliked about it as well. Plan on getting this guitar, or you did get this guitar and you've noticed something different, let me know in the comments if anything's changed spec-wise, because we're going to go over all the specs. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown of the guitar and then we'll get into some really detailed specs and we'll take a look inside the guitar. So a little bit of story about it. When I bought it 2 years ago, I initially was looking at getting a Les Paul, a Gibson Les Paul Standard, and I really wanted something with humbuckers. So when it came time to actually looking for one, and I wanted to get new, the price, I just couldn't go for the price. So this kind of fit everything. From what I know in history, this is modeled after the 72 Deluxe. So it's a maple fretboard. It's got like a satiny finish neck, bone nut, 2 Shawbucker humbuckers, 3-way selector, 2 volume and 2 tone. It's got a 3-ply pickguard. It's a beautiful natural finish and it's an ash body. You can see it's got a tummy cut. And yeah, so that's just a quick overview. Let's get into some more close-ups. All right, just a quick fly over the guitar here. You can see the Elite case. Looks like you can fit a Strat in there. All right, so this part of the video, we're just going to do a quick measurement of the weight. The belly cut makes it kind of hard to balance on this scale here. So zooming in, 3.391 kilograms, which is 7.476 pounds. I believe this is my lightest guitar, which makes it really fun to pick up because it's so light. And yeah, so there we go. In just a moment, we'll get into all the specs and we'll take a look inside the guitar, but I want to show what you get with a professional series guitar. So here's the case, and here's all the case candy. You get like this little pouch that's kind of like just plastic. It's not a leather pouch. It looks like leather, but you get an instruction manual, you get a sticker, Fender sticker, you get the Allen keys, American Professional Series in a little bag there. You got the certificate, shows that the date that it was inspected, if it could zoom in, there we go. And I think there's one last thing. No, that's it. Oh, sorry, one more thing. The keys for the case. You can lock up the case, which I would never do because if I lost the keys, then I'd be breaking the case to get it open. So I don't know, maybe you need the keys for something. And the one last thing, the most important part of this whole thing, the certificate of authenticity. You can see the date there, the serial number, the model, to prove that it was made in America and it's an American-made Fender. So let's go on to the specs. All right, very first thing we're going to do is take the resistance reading of these Tim Shaw designed Shawbucker pickups. So we're first going to take a look at the neck pickup. I'm going to plug it into my multimeter, and the first reading is 6.90 kilo ohms. And then taking a look at the bridge, a little bit higher, 7.33. So there you go. There's the resistance. All right, next part, we're going to open up the guitar. We're going to take the pick guard off and take a look inside at the electronics. So to get in there, it's best to loosen the strings and actually just get them out of the way. I'm not sure if you could actually pop it open without doing that. So quickly getting the strings off here. And then the pick guard itself, it's got, I think I counted 15 screws. So this is pretty crazy. Once you take the strings off, it's neat to see the different grains on the wood that you can't normally see with all the lines covering it. So you saw a quick shot there. So yeah, so I've got all the screws, 15 to do, and I think there's 8 or 5 on most Telecasters and on Strats. This is definitely the most that I can remember doing on one guitar. So skip ahead a little bit here, get the screws off, and then we're going to carefully peel back. You never know how the wiring is sitting, right? You don't want to pull something and break a soldering point. And so I'm just slowly lifting it out here. And then we're going to take a look inside and all the different parts. I can't say exactly why, but opening up a guitar is one of the most interesting parts for me. So, all right, let's go over the parts inside here. You can see the selector switch. You got the neck pickup there. This is the bridge pickup. You can see how the wiring is all nicely cleanly routed. Here's all the controls. It's got a couple of treble bleeds. You can see that 500K pots. And taking a look at the routing here, and you can see it has the shielding paint. A lot of shielding paint that's got like a coating, a finish over top. And let's fly through the guitar rather than just look at some still shots. You can see how everything is. Here's the cup jack. Taking a look at, there's the body shielding inside. And there you go, a little flyover. And that's a selector switch. Everything looks pretty weird when you look at the other side compared to, anyways. And before we close up the guitar, well, actually, so the pickguard is sitting there, but I haven't put the screws back on. One thing I always do is a little quick test to make sure that that I haven't broken any connections or anything, and it's going to be good. So reconnecting the screws here, getting it all back. Okay, let's go over the specs. If I do happen to miss anything, they're all on the Fender site. I've got the link in the description. So it's a maple neck. It's got a satin urethane finish on the back. Very nice satiny feel. Gloss urethane finish on the front. It's a modern deep C shape. 25.5-inch scale length, 9.5-inch radius. 22 narrow tall frets. And you can see the close-up here. It's a bone nut. And it's 42.8 millimeter width, which matters to a lot of people. And close-up here of the tuners. And nice finish on the front. You can see the tree string there going down the neck past the pickups. Those are, as I mentioned before, Tim Shaw designed Shawbuckers. It's a Shawbucker 2T in the bridge and a Shawbucker 1T in the neck. So there's the standard cup that you see on pretty much every Telecaster. And just taking a look at the nice wood. It's an ash wood on the body, 3-ply pickguard, and you've got 2 volume and 2 tone, like you'd see on like a Les Paul. And from what I know, this is what they were competing with at the time. So it's got the amp knobs, which I think is pretty cool. And taking a look at the bridge, it's got the 6-saddle string-through body with a hardtail, and they're bent steel saddles. And the hardware is all nickel chrome finish. So you can see there the close-up on the pickups. This is the control knob, or sorry, the pickup selector, and it's got an aged white. And then flipping it over to the back, taking a look again at the nice grain. Really love this natural look, taking a look close up. Already mentioned it's a string through body, but here's the back, here's the ferrules. You can see how they're coming through the back of the wood. And there's the neck plate. It's not mentioned on the site anywhere, but this is a micro tilt. It's got the adjuster little hole there. Try to look inside. And just some more close-ups. The back, again, those are locking tuners. That's an upgrade I did. I just love looking at the grain on the back of the headstock there. And the beautiful satiny finish. It feels as good as it looks. If you can imagine that. I'm sure I don't have to say much more about that. Just taking some more close-ups. And it's got a tummy cut, which isn't that common on a Telecaster. I mean, you do find them sometimes, but right. That's enough with the specs. Let's just hear it. You want to hear it. So let's move on to some tones. Okay, so let's sum everything up and I'll let you know what I think about this guitar, my pros and cons. So we'll start with the pros. It's just a beautiful guitar. Just taking a look at the close-ups. That's what it looks like in person. It's not just the camera. It's just stunning. The work on it is really, really nice. So the fit and finish is really nice. It's got a beautiful grain in the body. It's lightweight, which makes me want to pick it up more than any guitar that I have. Just having a light guitar, it just feels great to pick up. I really like the tones from the pickups, the Shawbuckers. Number one thing on the whole guitar is the neck. This is my ideal neck. Satiny finish, it's got rolled edges, and the setup is really good on it too, which helps. Yeah, really, really nice. The cons, pretty small list. Not really a deal breaker for me. They might be for somebody though. It's got the unpotted Shawbucker pickups, and that's hard to find information on. I found that in an article. I think it was an interview with Tim Shaw, and he talked about how they don't have the normal wax potting. They have some kind of like piece of rubber shielding that is supposed to help. But anyways, you can make them squeal if you do too much high gain. So this guitar would not be ideal for somebody that uses a lot of high gain. And then my only other con is the pickup selector. It feels cheap. I used to have an Epiphone Standard Les Paul, and the pickup selector in that guitar, which was much less, the price was much less of that guitar, felt much better than this one. And this one's noisy. When I actually switch between, it does a little crackle sound. So after 2 years, that started. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break. It just doesn't feel like it should I think for this price of a guitar. And that's just my opinion. I've put some deoxit in it. The sound has come back again, the little crackly when you're switching between. So other than that, I love this guitar. It's just amazing. Just a great guitar. So if you're thinking of getting one, like I said, I don't think the specs have changed since 2016, which is what this model is, made in America. 2016 US, yeah, made in Corona. Okay, so that's it for my pros and cons. All right, that's gonna do it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If I missed anything about the specs, if there's any questions, anything I left out, let me know. I always like to know if I've missed something. I'm up for, I like all feedback, so give me your feedback on it. Have you played this guitar before? Are you looking at getting one? I'd like to know your opinions on them as well. Personally, it's one of my favorites. I just love everything about it. Yeah, so that's gonna do it. You got to see all the specs, you got to hear it. Let me know your thoughts about it. Let me know how you thought it sounded. That's gonna do it for this video. And so again, I'm Landon, this is Lando 27 Music. Please subscribe to the channel. If you like these videos, please click like or dislike and leave me some feedback. I always like to hear the feedback. As always, play guitar and have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.